Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Eastar Tarot, and today we're going to do a collective and timeless reading to see what this collective needs to know for the next 3 days. What's going to happen to us in the next 3 days? Yeah, that's what I was called to ask today, so we're going to just see what comes up here. Yeah. See what's going on. Actually, I think in 3 days it's Halloween, so maybe that's the reason why. I just realized that now. So maybe there is some significance here. Got that one. I'm going to take out, I think, 3 cards. We'll see what actually happens, because sometimes I think it's going to be one way and it goes another. Got 1, 2. Let's get our last one here. Oh, that was it? Okay. It kind of popped out and then I kind of doubted it and then it came back out again. So that was the card. All right, let's see here. Next 3 days. Whoa, Princess of Wands. Oh, that's such a nice card. She's like, she's kind of dancing on a rainbow here, isn't she? A very abstract rainbow, but yeah, a rainbow nonetheless. And she's got a staff with the sun on it. And something about that tiger there too. Yeah. There's a very wild energy, a wild and free energy to this card. Yeah. I think you're going to be really unlocking something creatively within yourself. Oh, the tower. Sorry. Sometimes I get a little overexcited. The tower. I just want to see now. And 5 of Swords. Okay. What a contrast, huh? You know, I see this as like you're overcoming that tower energy. Or you're allowing the tower energy. You're allowing the surrender. Yeah. Allowing the defeat. I think actually you're stepping onto your path. That's what the rainbow path is about. And this is going to maybe cause some some upset with the energies that have been trying to hold you back. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. I think something is really coming to fruition here with the tower. It's not a bad thing though. I see this as an awakening, a full realization. Maybe you're seeing something for the first time in a new way that you never considered before. Yeah. Try to get out of that glare. It's a bit of a glare from the sun there. I try my best with what I've got here, but someday I'll have a really good location to do this, but that isn't next to a noisy road or has a glare from the light. But you know, we have to make do with what our circumstances as they are, right? It's better to just keep going, right? Instead of waiting for things to be in perfect alignment. Yeah, I think maybe that's part of what you're realizing, is that everything is already perfect. Everything is already aligned for you to take your path, to take your chosen journey, your spirit journey. Yeah, you're setting your spirit free. You're letting go of those blocks that you had before that were telling you, you know, you didn't have what it takes, or you didn't have, or even the physical circumstances to do something. You're letting it go. And that has caused some upset with those energies that didn't want you to fully go into that. It's interesting. I just heard a little, I don't think you could hear it on camera, but there was a little tiny snap crackle from the candle here. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of tension going on with this. Yeah. Because usually when we are blocked from a path, there's some energies that have been trying to keep us blocked. And when we finally do decide to step onto our path or just turn away from that energy, you know, it can try to hold us back. It can try to pull us back in. And it's sort of a test to see, are we really truly ready, you know? Are we ready to stand up for ourselves? Are we ready to stand on a path even if there's resistance? And that's what finally gives you the freedom. Yeah. Interesting. And I feel called to tell you about, I've brought this crystal on the channel before, but I really think your angels are trying to stick with you and help you through this, because this is a piece of angelite, and it connects us to the higher realms. It keeps us calm. It keeps our anger soothed. It gives us emotional balance when things are, you know, in chaos. And it's sort of that, it's a reminder of that angelic energy that's all around us that we can call upon when our lives are in chaos and there's disruption. So, you know, if you find yourself in this moment, where things do, because things do have to collapse eventually, right? When we fully decide that we're going to shift our energy, shift our frequency into a new reality, the old world has to collapse, right? We see that on the macro as well as the micro. In the macro, it's in our society when things are shifting as we shift as a collective. We see old systems start to fail. We see that that's happening all around us right now. The financial collapse, the fall of capitalism essentially is what's going on here, because it's no longer going to work with the new earth frequencies. And we see that in our own lives, in the micro level, in our everyday, because we suddenly realized that the path we were on wasn't correct for us. It wasn't suiting us. It didn't honor our true calling. And so we step off of that. But when we do, everything we were holding up suddenly comes down. It comes crashing down. So, you know, I think it's a reminder to keep yourself steady through all of that. Keep yourself ready for it by knowing that you can call upon angelic protection to be with you. You know, if I have to do a difficult phone call, or I feel afraid to interact with someone, or I'm just scared of a new challenge that's before me, I always ask for, you know, the archangels, Raphael, Gabriel, or Gabriel, and Michael, Uriel. They can all help us. They're with us, and we have guardian angels, and there's many other archangels as well that even if we don't know their name, we don't know to call upon them, they're with us. So I think that's a good thing to remind yourself of. And sometimes they even come to us as birds. I brought the bird totem in, and I feel like that's not a coincidence, especially with Angelite. You know, when they leave us feathers sometimes when you find a feather in an unexpected place, or it just draws your attention and you pick it up, that's a little calling card from our angels to let us know that they're there, and they're there to help us. They're always with us. So don't forget that. Don't forget that you can call them if you're feeling stressed or afraid, or like you can't handle something. Yeah. But you know, towers aren't all bad. They can represent the falling apart of the old, and that can be a really chaotic energy that's difficult to go through, and it can look like loss in our lives. But with the Princess of Wands here, I really feel that you're going to find yourself on a path that's so much more suited to you that it will make that change that much easier. It's going to make things clear to you. Yeah, you're going to see that you don't need it. Whatever this was in your life, the tower, whatever you had built up before, you didn't need it. It wasn't serving you, and honestly, it had to go. Yeah. Yeah, because it represents new beginnings, increased perception, right? Change in perception. Yeah, old fears have lost their power over you. Yeah, and their dead remains can no longer frighten you anymore. And it calls you to look at your strengths, like the tiger, right? You have this inner tiger. Lion energy. A feline energy. Maybe you resonate with Sekhmet, I believe it is, the Egyptian god Sekhmet. The one with the black cat, I believe. Maybe there's something about the divine energies, the divine feline energies, I guess, that are calling to you. Yeah, it's trying to remind you of your power. Keep you focused on that. Remember that you can defeat this tower. Whatever conflicting energies want to come at you and hold you back, you can actually handle it. You're seeing that now. You're seeing that you have that power within you. It's always been there. Sun in Virgo, endeavor, you reap what you sow. Exactly. So you're learning that you, through your own efforts, you can create your reality. Whatever you put your energy and attention into, that is what that is where the energy flows, and that's where your power lies. And understanding that, understand you can manifest, you can create your reality that you wish to see. Now, let's get another card here. Yeah, and Virgo's a hard worker. Yeah, new beginnings. Exactly like Princess of Wands. Princess of Wands can herald a new beginning, and then you got Sun in Aries here. A leap of faith. Yeah, you're realizing you can take that leap of faith into something new and let the tower fall. It doesn't control you anymore. The fear of letting it fall doesn't control you anymore. Yeah, that's beautiful. So in the next 3 days, maybe you're going to have some sort of epiphany about that. Maybe there is going to be a conflict going on, but you're going to handle it really well. Like maybe you're going to stand up for yourself or tell the people in your life what you truly want, and maybe they'll give you some not very welcoming responses or energies. Maybe try to put fear energies into you, but you're not going to allow it. You're not going to fall for it. You're going to see it, what's going on, and say, no, that's not for me. That's not for me. Because you have the power of your own path. You understand what's necessary, what is helpful to you and what isn't. And you're not going to, the time where you let others tell you what was good for you is over. Yeah, you know how to be on your own path. So yeah, be prepared if there's maybe a conflict or something with someone. Maybe there's going to be like an angry phone call or some kind of confrontation with someone from the past, that, or just the energies that are trying to keep you back. Yeah, like trying to hold you with like ropes, like energetic ropes. You're not going to let them tangle you up. Yeah, because Halloween sometimes can bring out some chaos energy, can it? It's the darkest night of the year, isn't it? Or is it? No, that's the 21st of December, but there's something spooky about Halloween with the energy going on. That sometimes people get a little chaotic. Oh my. Chickweed, huh? I'm going to keep the chickweed card, and I'm going to keep it in the reverse. So I do feel that's how it was supposed to come out in these cards here. Wisteria and Poppy. Okay. Oh, wow, we got 6. No, that was... But it's so funny because we got 6 and 6, right? But it's a 9 underneath. Or reversed, rather. But it came out, so 6s. Maybe 6s are important. 6 is the number of the Lovers card in the tarot. Maybe there was a false lover and that's coming to an end, because you got the Poppy here with the skull. And poppies kind of have this association with death, right? We think of like poppies in Flanders Fields, but also with opium even. There's a deathly energy around the poppy. It's the red of blood, right? It just goes right along with this tower, doesn't it? It's very interesting. Yeah, because there is reversals in this deck. They're just called Dawn and Dusk. So I am going to keep the reversal of Chickweed here, because that might mean something important. Yeah. Yeah. This is the mysterious about the story. It's a Korean folk tale or legend about two sisters who accidentally fell in love with the same man without knowing it. But they decided to love each other rather than fight over him. Yeah. It's a message about some things are not worth jeopardizing relationships over. And relying on the others can seem like a loss of our independence, but you can go stronger with them than on your own. And I think that is sort of referring to these angelic energies here, because as soon as I saw it, I thought of like your angels hanging over your head, protecting you. And I think that's a reminder that there are angels in our everyday lives. Like we meet people who are angels, and there are helpers. They come into our lives to help us. Like God has foot soldiers on the ground, so to speak. There's others out there who are willing to help us. And maybe because you've had a lot of that energy in your life before, you have become closed off to that, thinking, I have to do everything alone because look what happened when I did things together. It was a mess. But you were just around the wrong people. Got a little train whistle there for confirmation. Yeah. The first phrase for Poppy is the devil is in the details. And this isn't the devil card, but it sure goes along with it, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, because the thing about poppies is they're an old protection against spirits. And what they did was they spread the poppy seeds to let the people, or the spirits rather, collect them. Maybe it is people, though, in your life that are like evil spirits. But yeah, they would throw the seeds and they'd be forced to pick them up. That's like an old folk thing, um, where if you throw something around, the spirit has to pick, like a scattering of things like rocks or seeds, so they have to pick them up. Hmm. Yeah. And there's also kind of a message about don't get lost in the details, don't get enmeshed in them, right? So maybe that's a message about when these tower energies come in, don't let it distract you, don't let it entangle you. Yeah. Hmm. Because it can throw us off the path a little bit, right? But I really get strongly that it's like maybe distract your enemies. And I'm not sure exactly what that means for you in your life, but I do feel a lot like sometimes it's helpful to tell a white lie or distract. Because if you have someone that's interfering in your life, they're not playing fair with you, right? So, it's okay if you have to be a little dishonest with them because sometimes what's best for you is just to keep your peace. And sometimes you have to tell a little white lie to keep it. Say, oh, I'm not feeling well, but it's, you just don't want to talk to them. That's a simple one, but, sometimes it's, or I'm really busy right now. A lot of people say that when they're not, just because they need time to breathe. And it's sad that we have to come up with lies even to do that, because it should be okay to say that, I don't feel like talking, or I just don't want to deal with this right now. But a lot of people can't accept that, especially interfering, narcissistic, toxic energies. They love to just aggravate and feed off that energy of aggravation. They want to pull you into the arguments, right? Because even if you respond in a way that's saying, no, this is my boundary, sometimes they're looking for that energy too of opposition, of conflict. Sometimes it's better to, it's like the strength card. You know how she tilts the lion's head back gently? She doesn't fight the lion, she just tilts it back and the lion is subdued. It's sort of like that. You gotta sometimes just be, I don't know if I've ever heard of gray rocking or things like that, where you just, you let the energy wash over you. You don't respond to it. You're just kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't really have anything going on right now. Like you find ways to be uninteresting in an energetic way. You don't allow others to pull you into their energy by just being flat and boring, essentially. You're not flat and boring, but you pretend to be so that they lose interest. Because sometimes that's the safer path through the tower. Because some people, they just don't want to let you go, right? Yeah, chickweed's in chickweed here we've got a snake, right? It's a snake in the flowers. And chickweed's a food that can be nourishing in a time when there's not a lot around in winter. I really get with this energy that you've defeated the snake. Not that snakes are evil. I actually kind of like snakes, like real life snakes. I think they're cute. But I don't know. Little garter snakes are very cute. Is it garter or garden? I never learned. But I see them sometimes in the summer. It's very cold in Canada. We don't get a lot of snakes, but you do see the little ones sometimes if it's a very hot day. They kind of all pounce out, and they're awfully cute. They're just so cute, but they slither away so fast you don't get a chance to look at them. Yeah. I think most people don't like snakes, but I just think they're so fascinating. The way they move is just like, it's like water. This is a blue snake. Maybe there's something about water there for you. This is a very cute snake, isn't it? Maybe you had a cute little snake in your life, but it didn't turn out that way in the end. Maybe it bit you in the end. But what I'm seeing here with the reversal is that you overturned it. It's like with defeat here. You defeated it. You defeated the snake that was charming you. Yeah, like snake charming. Something about that. Because with this card being reversed, it indicates blessings coming your way. So I think there's a reward here coming for you standing your ground and pushing out that energy. Yeah, lots of good fortune is coming your way after a period of struggle, after the defeat. Yeah. And I just heard another whistle of the train, so I feel like that was confirmation. Yeah, a series of blessings. Not just one, but a series of them. A bunch of blessings are coming in for you. Okay, well, I'm being called to Luna Lapin now, so... Oh. Bizarre. A few cards just flew out, but I don't think they were the cards for this reading, but it was funny how they came out. I actually kind of want to look at them again. Yeah. You know, funny, it's one of them is the Five of Swords. But I think, again, that's a message about walking away, about defeating your enemies, and learning how to do so in the right way, not to get enmeshed, just to walk away with your energy held intact. Yeah, Four of Swords. You're getting a period of rest. You're getting a break from all this chaos that's been overwhelming you. Do you get overstimulated? Because I feel like maybe it's a call to make sure that you don't allow those energies to do that to you. Yeah, you've been through a big tower, I think, or you're about to be, and you're going to get rest after, because this is going to be a big challenge, but it's going to be what you need to get through. Yeah, Knight of Cups. Here we go. He's so proud on top of that horse with the cup. It's like, look, I did it. Yeah, Knight of Cups. New emotional understanding. Like, the Knights always bring in something quickly. And the cups are about emotion and emotional intelligence, right? Understanding our heart. This is who you became. You learned how to give yourself rest and peace from this this entanglement that was trying to keep you down energetically. Now you are becoming the knight. You're becoming the knight in your own life to rescue yourself from the snake. The knight defeated the snake for sure. Yeah, see. Yeah, so I guess if this is for the next 3 days, I think you're gonna have a moment where maybe you have a new challenge with dealing with that energy, but you're gonna get to rest from it right after. So just get through it and know that you're gonna come out the other side powerful. Maybe even just rest knowing that that energy is coming so that you can be ready for it, essentially. Because rest is productive, right? Rest isn't, a lot of people have a struggle with feeling lazy when they rest. I know I struggle with it too. I feel like, oh, I should be doing something. I'm wasting time. But rest is productive. Rest is doing something. And often we're more productive after we rest. So, this could be a call to do that, to prepare. And I don't want you to feel fearful. Don't stress about whatever is going to happen is going to happen. But overall, I get the sense that you can handle it. Like, you can handle this new beginning, this new you, this you that can navigate, emotional manipulation, emotional entanglement. You kind of figured out the game. So now it's giving you freedom because you know what to do now to handle these people or these energies. This could even be a part of you, like a part of your own ego even, that because we got like a feline here, like I think of Leo, and Leo is the ego, right? So and he's overturned, right? And the lady is rising. Yeah. So maybe it's about overcoming your own ego as well. And I don't mean like you're so narcissistic or you're so full of yourself. That's not what I mean by ego at all. Our ego can be actually something that it gets down on ourselves, that says we're no good, because the ego wants to compare us to others. The ego wants to always be better, be more, instead of saying I'm enough, right? So it could be about defeating that within yourself and giving yourself a new relationship with yourself emotionally. Yeah. Reaching a new level with that. And this is your new beginning. This is how you change, not from without, but from within. Yeah, you reap what you sow. Actions have reactions. And you're seeing that what you put into your body, what thoughts you put into your own matrix, they come out into the material. So now you're fully realizing you can control that by controlling your thoughts, controlling your mindset. Yeah. Maybe the snake was within you. And I'm sort of using it in a negative sense, but like, like something sneaky that was always kind of under the surface, keeping us back. I have to sneeze. Oh, that's kind of funny. Sneeze. They say when you sneeze once, someone's talking about you. Maybe you're learning to be above the rumors. or people gossiping about you or saying things behind your back. You're kind of realizing that if you ignore that energy, it has no power over you. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing because nothing can change outwardly. Like if people were talking about us or gossiping about us, it's all about our reaction, right? Like how we decide we're going to handle that. If we ignore it, suddenly it has no power. It has no influence. And then it looks foolish, doesn't it? Right? it's when we give it power by letting it bother us. That's when it becomes something more than it really is, which is it's just nonsense, really. People are going to talk, whatever. Let them talk. They don't have any power over your life. They're not living your life. They're not in the situation. They don't know anything. And you don't have to care what they think, right? Yeah. Because the thing about angels and the higher realms, God is, they see everything. Everything is written down. Everything is recorded. Everything is noted down for the next life or the after, right? So no one gets away with anything. And everyone has to balance their karma. So just keep focused on you. Keep focused on your karma and how you want to act in the world. And you'll be ahead of the game. And sometimes people are doing that because that's their own contract in this lifetime. It's what they're meant to do. And it seems strange, but everyone is on a life path that is making sense for them. That's why nobody can tell each other how to live their life or can understand each other fully, because everyone is on a different individual timeline that makes sense in the grand scheme. But as individuals, we can't necessarily figure it all out. And there's no point in it. The thing we need to focus on is ourselves and our own enhancement, our own leveling up in consciousness. So yeah, I think you're doing well with that. So in the next 3 days, make sure you remember that. Remember that that's what's most important for you, is to focus on your own development and not what other people think or say. Okay. I think that's the end of the message. I think it was a pretty good one. It's good advice from, the other realms that, we all just need to keep focused on what we want in this life and also how we want to feel, because that's a choice as well. So, yeah, give yourself some rest if the energies are too overwhelming, and you'll come back stronger. Yeah. All right. I hope you like the reading, and thank you for staying to the end. If you like my readings, you can subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment, especially if you want to tell your story, how this resonated. I like to read them. And yeah, good luck with everything, and I'll see you again. Take care.